She texted, "Wow, you really can't take a joke," after a friend's roasted me at dinner for 2 hours. I texted back, "You're right, I can't." When she woke up the next morning and found what I'd left on the kitchen counter with my apartment key. I, 28 male, need to get this off my chest while it's still fresh. Last night changed everything with my girlfriend Meredith, 27 of 2 years. She invited me to dinner with her close friends, Fiona, Astrid and Bianca. Said they'd been dying to spend more time with me. Should have known something was up when she insisted on driving separately in case she needed to leave early for work stuff. We get to this upscale place downtown. The moment I sit down, it starts. "Fiona, so this is the famous boyfriend. Meredith said you still live with roommates. At your age?" I tried to laugh it off. "Yeah, help save money in this economy." "Oh, that's practical. Meredith mentioned you've been saving for 2 years and still can't afford a car." The hits kept coming. They mocked my job. I work in customer service, my clothes, my hobbies, I collect vintage video games, even the way I held my fork. Every time I tried to defend myself or change the subject, they'd exchange these looks and giggle. The worst part was Meredith. She didn't defend me once. Actually added to it. "Tell them about your investment strategy. Buying old Nintendo games." Cue hysterical laughter. 2 hours of this. When Bianca started in on how I was punching above my weight with Meredith, I'd had enough. Excused myself to the bathroom, ordered an Uber and left. Didn't say goodbye. Meredith texted me an hour later. "Where did it go? That was so rude." Me. "Home. That wasn't dinner, it was a roast." Her, "Wow, you really can't take a joke." Me. "You're right, I can't." She tried calling. I didn't answer. Needed time to think. Here's what she doesn't know. I haven't been saving for a car. I've been saving to leave. See, 3 months ago, I overheard her on a call saying she was riding it out with me until something better comes along. I started planning my exit then. Last night just accelerated things. This morning, while she's at her yoga class, I'm packing. But first, I'm leaving something on the kitchen counter with my apartment key. Something that'll make her rethink everything. Update coming soon. Update 1. So about what I left on the counter. For context, Meredith works in marketing and is obsessed with her image. Always posting about our perfect relationship on social media. What her followers don't know is that I pay 70% of our rent because she needs her money for networking events and clothes for work. 3 months ago, after I overheard that phone call, I started documenting everything. Screenshots of her Venmo requests to me for her half of rent that she never actually paid. Receipts showing I bought all our groceries, paid utilities, everything. But that's not what I left on the counter. What I left was a printed email conversation between her and her ex Dylan from last month. She forgot she was logged into her email on my laptop. The emails detailed their plans to meet up while I was visiting my sick dad. She was asking if his offer still stood about moving in together. His response: "Once you dump the loser, yeah." A reply: "Soon. Just need to find a way to make it his fault so I don't look bad." I printed the whole thread. 23 pages. Left it there with my key on top and a sticky note. "Found my fault. I trusted you. But wait, there's more. Remember those roommates she mocked? One of them, Keith, is a lawyer. A really good one. We've been documenting everything because Meredith's name is on the lease too, but she hasn't paid her share in 8 months. Keith helped me file with small claims court last week for $4,800 in unpaid rent and utilities. She was served this morning, about 20 minutes after she would have found the emails. My phone started blowing up around 10 a.m. What is this? You went through my email. This is illegal. Where are you? We need to talk. You can't sue me. I'm your girlfriend. Those emails weren't what they look like. Then her friend started. Really? You're suing her? After everything she's done for you? Astrid. She was joking last night. Grow up. Bianca. Small dick energy for real. Block them all. But here's where it gets good. Remember how she drove separately last night? Turns out she was meeting Dylan after dinner. The restaurant has valet, and my buddy Tommy works there. He saw her leave with Dylan around 11 p.m. Even got a pic of them kissing in the parking lot. I'm sitting in my new apartment. Yeah, I've had it lined up for 2 weeks, when Meredith's mom calls. Her mom. What's this about you suing my daughter? She owes me $4,800 in rent. She says you agreed to cover it because you make more. I make 2 calories or more per year, and I never agreed to that. I have texts of her promising to pay me back. Well, she's very upset. She should be. This isn't very gentlemanly. Neither is cheating, but here we are. Silence. What? Sent her the photo Tommy took. More silence. I need to call you back. She didn't call back. But Meredith sure did. 38 times. Update 2. The entitlement has reached new heights, y'all. So Meredith couldn't get into the apartment Monday night because I changed the locks. Legally, my name's the only one on the lease. She was just a long-term guest. She had to stay with Fiona, who apparently wasn't thrilled about it. Tuesday morning, she shows up at my work. With Dylan. Why? Because she needed her things, and thought bringing her side piece would intimidate me. Security stopped them at the front desk. My manager had to come down. Meredith, I just need to talk to him. He stole my stuff. Manager, ma'am, this is a place of business. Dylan, trying to be tough. Look man, just let us talk to him for 5 minutes. Security. Sir, I need you both to leave. They made enough of a scene that it got back to HR. I had to file an incident report. Showed them the court documents and explained the situation. HR lady was surprisingly cool about it. Is there any chance she'll come back? Probably. We'll alert building security. This is harassment. Tuesday night, the real circus began. Meredith created a whole Instagram story series about toxic exes and financial abuse. Didn't name me, but posted photos of our old apartment with captions like when you realize you've been living with a monster, and he counted every penny while I gave him my heart. Girl, you gave me your Venmo requests, but karma works fast. Remember those emails about Dylan? Well, Dylan has a girlfriend. Had. Kayla found Meredith's stories, put 2 and 2 together, and reached out to me. Hey, weird question, but is your ex posting about you? Because I think she's been seeing my boyfriend. Sent her the parking lot photo and the email thread. She sent back screenshots of Dylan's texts with Meredith going back 6 months. While we were all in relationships, Kayla went nuclear. Posted everything on her own social media. Tagged Meredith, tagged Dylan, tagged their workplaces. The caption. For anyone wondering about Meredith's toxic ex, here's what really happened. She's been sleeping with my boyfriend while living rent-free off hers. Meredith's carefully curated image. Destroyed. But wait, it gets better. Wednesday, yesterday, I get a call from the apartment complex. Meredith had called them claiming I illegally evicted her and she needed access to get her things. Property manager. Sir, she says she's on the lease. She's not, never has been. I have the original lease agreement if you need to see it. We checked our records. You're right. We informed her she has no legal right to access without your permission. What did she say? She wasn't happy. We had to threaten to call the police. Then last night, the piece de resistance. Meredith's dad, Robert, calls me. Now Bob's always been straight with me. Decent guy trapped in a family of narcissists. Son, I need to ask you something straight. Did Meredith pay her share of rent? No sir, not for the last 8 months. And you have proof? Bank statements, texts, everything. Heavy sigh. That girl. Her mother's been covering her credit cards thinking she was broke from paying rent. She's been playing us all. I'm sorry, Bob. No, I'm sorry. We enabled this. You seem like a good kid. You didn't deserve that dinner thing either. You heard about that. Bianca's mom is my wife's tennis partner. Heard all about how they put you in your place. It's disgusting. Then he told me something that made everything make sense. Meredith has done this before. 3 times. Moves in with guys who treat her well, bleeds them dry while looking for an upgrade, then plays victim when it falls apart. Her parents always bail her out. Not this time, Bob said. She can figure this out herself. And I hope you win in court. As of this morning, Meredith is couch surfing because Fiona kicked her out for bringing drama. Dylan dumped her after Kayla exposed everything. Her job is reviewing her social media conduct. She owes me $4,800 plus court fees. Her dad won't pay for her lawyer. She sent one last text this morning. I hope you're happy. You've ruined my life over jokes and petty money. I responded, I left with my dignity and my Nintendo collection. You left with consequences. I'd say I won this game. Then I blocked her. Sometimes the best revenge is just letting people face the reality they've been avoiding. Final update. Court was yesterday. Buckle up, because this was wild. Meredith showed up in a full designer outfit. Interesting choice for someone claiming poverty. With a lawyer her mom apparently scraped together money for. I had Keith, my roommate, who showed up in his lucky Pokemon tie because it throws people off. Judge asked Meredith's lawyer to present their defense for why she shouldn't pay the back rent. Their argument. My client was under the impression this was a gift from a romantic partner. Keith stood up. Your Honor, I'd like to present Exhibit A through, let me see, M. He had everything. Texts where she promised to pay. Venmo requests she sent me for my half of rent that she never followed through on. Bank statements showing she had money during this time. Girl was buying $200 face creams while I paid our electricity bill. The best part was when her lawyer tried to argue I was emotionally manipulative by asking for rent money. Judge. So your client believes asking for agreed-upon rent payments constitutes manipulation. In the context of their relationship. Counselor. I've seen the texts. Your client explicitly agreed to pay half of all expenses. Multiple times. With heart emojis. But then Meredith tried to speak for herself. Big mistake. Your Honor, he's just bitter because I broke up with him. Judge, according to these documents, you were planning to leave him for someone named Dylan while still living rent-free. That's taken out of context. Ma'am, you wrote, and I quote, just need to milk a few more months until I can move in with D. How is that out of context? CBF judgment $4,800 plus court fees plus interest. Total $5,326. But wait, there's more. After court, I'm in the parking lot when Astrid pulls up. Thought she was gonna start drama but plot twist. Hey so, this is awkward, but Meredith owes me $3,000 too. Can I get your lawyer's info? Turns out Meredith had been borrowing money from all her friends. Fiona $100. Bianca $2,500. They thought she was broke from paying rent to me. Astrid kept saying you were financially controlling and she needed help to leave you, while living rent-free and cheating with Dylan. Yeah, we know that now. Kayla sent us everything. We feel like idiots. You should. Fair. Also, I'm sorry about that dinner. We thought we were protecting her from a bad boyfriend. She painted this whole picture. And you believed it without ever actually talking to me. Yeah, we screwed up. I gave her Keith's info. Not because I forgive them, but because Meredith learning her friends are suing her too. Last night I get a text from an unknown number. This is Dylan. Can you tell Meredith to stop calling me? I blocked her but she keeps using different apps. Also, sorry for trying to act tough at your work. She told me you were abusive. I'm an idiot. Not my circus. Not my monkeys. Also, you're both trash. Lose my number. This morning, checked LinkedIn out of curiosity. Meredith updated her job status to seeking new opportunities. Guess that social media conduct review didn't go well. Her mom tried calling me yesterday. Didn't answer. She left a voicemail just sighing heavily and saying, I understand why you did what you did. Bob texted. Proud of you, kid. She needs to learn. P.S. If you still have that Mario Kart 64, my nephew's looking for one. I'll pay fair price. Sent him one for free. Men deserve something good after raising Meredith. As for me, I'm doing great. New apartment is perfect. Only person on the lease. No one here expects me to pay their way or mocks my hobbies. Started dating this girl from my building's coffee shop. First thing she said when she saw my gaming collection. Oh cool, is that Earthbound? That's like $2,000 right there. A woman of culture. Meredith's last Instagram post before going private was some quote from Rising Above the Haters and New Beginnings. The comments were all people asking for their money back. You love to see it. Moral of the story, when someone shows you who they are, someone who'd humiliate you for sport while living off your generosity, believe them and document everything. Also, that Nintendo collection she mocked. Worth about $15 now. Guess I did have a good investment strategy after all. Peace out.